California's Central Valley feeds the nation. It's a place of deep roots, resilience, and generations of families who've grown the food that ends up on the tables across the country. But alongside that abundance, another story runs just as deep. A legacy shaped by oil wells, industrial agriculture, and extractive industries that have contaminated the air, the water, and the land that communities depend on. The Central Valley is in the crosshairs of a new technology being promoted by the oil industry, carbon capture and storage, or CCS.
Carbon capture and storage refers to a process where they capture carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is one of the byproducts of burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. They put it under very high pressure, and then they take that compressed carbon dioxide and they put it into a pipeline and they transport it either to underground storage or most commonly to someplace where they use it to let them get more oil and gas out of an existing oil or gas well. The reason people are talking about carbon capture and why we're pouring billions of dollars is because we're facing a climate crisis. And most of that pollution comes from burning fossil fuels.
So there's really great quotes from the CEO of Occidental Petroleum discussing how if CCS is implemented correctly, the industry in whole can continue extracting oil and gas at increasing rates for the next 60, 70, 80 years. And that's what they plan to do.
The industry is claiming that there's a lot of jobs in CCS.
I heard some stuff, especially from Lorelei Oviatt, talking about jobs and how she's hopeful for this, to build jobs. But I have a quote here from her that says, carbon capture itself does not produce any jobs. So what's being said here is totally contradictory to what they're saying in the media and in other places. So I want to bring that to light.
From a health perspective, there's a few different things that I'm really concerned about. Because the carbon capture process is extremely energy intensive, it actually increases the level of toxic pollution that can come out of these facilities. And it means that these communities that live near these polluting facilities are exposed to even more pollution than they would have been without carbon capture.
One of the issues with carbon capture and storage is that you're only capturing CO2. You're ignoring the entire suite of other pollutants. And these are particulate matter, these are NOx, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxides, volatile organic compounds, which are toxic and carcinogenic.
These projects have really failed to live up to their promise. Many of them have gone out of business. Many have not even come on stream, and of the ones that are operating, the vast majority of them underproduce. They don't capture nearly as much carbon dioxide as they're supposed to. So that means that we're investing a lot of money in not just a costly technology, but a technology that's unproven to be able to work at scale.
Carbon capture and storage is going to rely on a lot of pipelines and transmission lines. And what we see from the current industry is that leaks occur constantly. They are everywhere. So California Resources Corporation is the major player when it comes to the build out of carbon capture and storage. And we've found multiple sites where California Resources Corporation wells are leaking uncontrollably into the atmosphere. Methane. This is a potent greenhouse gas, much more potent than carbon dioxide, in addition to a cocktail of toxic and carcinogenic chemicals.
And so one of the biggest concerns about
storing and injecting carbon underground, tens of thousands of tons of carbon, 365 days a year for years and years to come. There is not the research and science needed to back up that carbon is actually just going to stay and hold underground, right?
In my professional opinion, the risk of carbon leaking from these reservoirs puts these communities at risk of death.
At lower levels, carbon dioxide is considered minimally toxic. You may get a headache, you may get drowsy. But if you're exposed to higher concentrations, there's rapid breathing, confusion, elevated blood pressure, and extreme concentrations can definitely lead to death. In addition, the displacement of the oxygen means that internal combustion engines, like fire engines and ambulances, cannot operate at certain concentrations.
So ask yourselves, would you want your family living next to a CCS plant? Should we be pouring billions of dollars of taxpayer money into an unproven and dangerous technology? Or will we stand for real solutions, ones that protect communities and build a real sustainable future? The state of California has the opportunity today to create a just transition that supports workers and communities and prioritizes health for all Californians. Join us